All right, good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. I'm trying to be chipper, but I need coffee. Anyway, good morning, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy. For those of you who are subscribers, welcome back, and for those of you who are new to the channel, again, welcome to you as well. We are happy to have you here joining us this morning. Today we are going to do our weekly tarot reading, and this is good from today, Monday the 23rd through Thursday the 6th. You're going to hear Parker in the background. She's waiting to eat. Parker is my German Shepherd, and my little spiritual assistant. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the cards while we talk. This is I just wanted to show you the crystal today. This is Chevron Amethyst, if you're curious. Very beautiful. And this is a pretty thick deck. This is called the Light Seers Tarot. It is exactly Rider-Waite traditional tarot, but it's just different artistical pictures. It is a pretty thick deck, so it is kind of hard for me to shuffle, so I'm going to do it in pieces. And anyway, while I'm shuffling, we'll go ahead and get housekeeping out of the way. First of all, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. You would do me a great favor in doing so. It really does support me and my channel. And that goes for any YouTuber out there. Always subscribe. You can turn the notifications off. Give the videos a thumbs up. And if you leave a comment, I just ask that you be kind. As I said, I got to do this in pieces because the cards are still very, very hard, very stiff. Excuse me. All right, so if you're new to the channel, what I do is after I'm done shuffling the cards, I will draw 3 cards. I will lay it out, and you will select one card, either the left, the middle, or the right. And then I will go over each card. It will be time stamped. Additionally, at the end of the 3rd card reading, I do what I call a Reiki Hug, and that is 2 minutes of distance healing, whatever you may need. It could be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Your energy will get whichever Reiki energy it really requires. I was going to say one other thing and I forgot. Oh, excuse me. I'm still laptop issues. I haven't heard back yet. I'm hoping that's good news, meaning that they can fix it. And what else? Oh, okay. If once you pick your card, if something does resonate with you, what my mentor this is what he does, and I love it, so I kind of stole it from him. But if something resonates with you, go ahead and put your hand over your heart, take a deep breath in and say, yes, I claim this for me. Sometimes though, things will not resonate, and that's okay, it happens. Excuse me, and for those of you who've been with me, my cough is getting better, so thank you. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay, but you can always come back later in the week, say Thursday or even Friday, before you watch the Oracle video. Come back Friday, rewatch your card and go, okay, yes, I see now what Tammy was talking about. For those of you who are new, on Friday morning, we do an Oracle message from the universe to give us kind of a heads up of what we need to pay attention to for the weekend. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So get rid of all that negative energy. Excuse me again. I don't mean to cough in your ear. And I'm going to pull 3 cards. Let's set the deck over here. And without too much thinking, you're either going to pick, that's not really centered. You're either going to pick left, middle, right. Don't overthink it. Whatever you are drawn to, that's your card. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So if you pulled the left card this morning, I'm sorry for the glare, is you've got the 2 of Pentacles. So as you see, this artwork, it's much prettier than Rider-Waite Tarot. But But anyway, the Two of Pentacles. Well, the universe is telling you, hey, you are juggling way too much. You've got a lot going on in your life right now, and it's too much. And you really need to start prioritizing things because, think of a juggler. We all seen them as kids, and, the more balls or bowling pins or whatever that they're juggling, they're eventually going to drop one. You might find somebody that's fantastic and can juggle like 5 or 6 of them. But when he's handed number 7 or thrown number 8, they all fall. And that's the same with life too. When we take on too many things, is that, eventually it's going to fall. And that could be in terms of, not fulfilling commitments, not honoring promises, not fulfilling family duties. And it could also physically mean like, emotional breakdown, mental breakdown, extreme fatigue, where you're done. You can't do anything. You're really getting caught up in the day-to-day things, and you're not seeing the big picture. And, we're also busy nowadays, and it's crazy how things like technology and things like that are supposed to really make life simpler. But in my opinion, it has just made life harder. I think it makes life, I think we're doing more and we're spreading ourselves a lot thinner because of technology. And therefore, a lot more of us, we have anxiety and we're stressed out. And that's what this card is about. You need to learn to say no. There's a couple things you can do here. You need to learn. The universe is telling you that, how do I want to say this? You need to manage and prioritize better. Okay? Because you're not right now. You are, you're just jumping around from one thing to the next. And, people, oh, it's multitasking. I hate that term because when you multitask, you're not giving 100% to one thing. You might be giving 80% and 20, maybe 25, 25, 50. When you multitask, you cannot give 100% to one thing. And you can't say, oh, I'm giving 200%. No, you can only give 100%. And when you're multitasking, you're cutting that 100% up into things. And that's what's happening here, is that this multitasking, my air quotes, you need to stop. You really need to, like I said, manage your time and prioritize wisely. Get focused. Okay? And you may have already noticed that you're dropping the ball on things, or you're late finishing things, or you're doing I don't want to say, you're not doing them to your fullest potential or to the potential required. Maybe go and do things like get a to-do list or a calendar. Start using a calendar. Get yourself a personal assistant. Delegate. Ask for help. It's okay. But even better than that, say no. You need balance in your life. And when you're giving yourself too much, and, balance is hard to find. You've got work life, you've got family life, you've got your home life. If you've got your friends, you've got, say, volunteering, your maybe physical exercise. And then if you're meditating, and then you need time, to wind down and just all these different things. And if you've got to learn a balance, and you can't continue on the way that you've been continuing on. And I know I'm going a little long on this, but I really think you're headed for burnout. That's the vibe I'm getting. And if that's the case, you need to sit down and prioritize and go, okay, make that list, make that priority list of things to do. Delegate some things if you can. Ask for help. But most importantly, say no. Okay? It's okay to say no, because I said this last week in the Oracle card message, was that if you're constantly saying yes to people and it's not coming from your heart space, and you say yes and you go, you say yes, somebody asks you to do something and you say yes, but in your head going, oh God, here we go. You're not doing it from your heart space. And that's never good. You're not doing it for your highest good or anybody else's. If you can't from your heart space say yes and make sure that you're doing it for your highest good and others, then you're not serving them well, because they could then go, okay, you can't do it. Okay, thank you. I'll get, I don't know, Jenny to do it. And maybe Jenny could have done it 5 times faster or 5 times better than you because you're so busy. But because your ego is kicking in, you're saying yes, yes, yes. So anyway, I don't mean to make this whole reading this morning about you guys, but I'm really worried here. And you know who you are. And if you're not already feeling the stress, you're about to. So you need to chill out. Prioritize, get that physical activity, make sure you're eating right, and meditate. 5-10 minutes a day, that's all you need. You'd be amazed. Get off that damn cell phone for 10 minutes. And give yourself some me time, some quiet time, some time to shut down, some time to recenter yourself. And then you won't be all this razzle-dazzle frazzle. I like that, razzle-dazzle frazzle. But anyway, stop it. It's not doing you any good. It's going to do you more harm than good. All right. Whew. All right. For those of you who've got the middle card, here we go. This week, your tarot is the 10 of Pentacles. And as you see, this is a really beautiful picture. We've got, looks like a mother and a father and a child. Even the dog is smiling, and just it looks like, you got children in the background, playing with, is that Ring Around the Rosie, Pocket Full of Posy. But everybody looks happy. The gold in the background, gold is a symbol of abundance. This here is the Tree of Life. This is really a great card, guys. The 10 of Pentacles usually has to deal with accomplishment. And I know a lot of times Pentacles deals with, career or money, and it doesn't always have to. Yes, maybe you're seeing some wealth and some abundance. Abundance can be anything. Abundance can be your family life, your job, your home, you got the projects done, and just abundance, an abundance of happiness. This card is saying, you've done all the work, whether it's, that you've made the sacrifice to spend time with your family, and, you've sacrificed to work hard and get those material things for the family. But overall, I'm getting that it's not just about money. It's like a solid foundation. You are at a point where there is a really great foundation. And I think that it's in terms of family, that maybe you're feeling really close to them now, and that's a wonderful thing. So whatever it is that you're doing, continue doing it. Celebrate with your family, laugh with them, love them, let them know that they're wonderful and that you're there for them. Go do something special, a picnic, or, go take a walk together, or spend an afternoon in the park. Maybe go barbecue. Well, I know for some people it's cold this time of year. Excuse me. But do something silly, like maybe on a Saturday night, order a bunch of junk food, or have banana splits for dinner, and then order pizza at 9:00 at night, and get all the blankets in the house and throw them all on the floor in the living room, and lots of pillows, and have like a slumber party camp out, just the family. Turn off them darn cell phones. But you are at a point, this is just absolutely amazing. Just sheer and utter happiness. Life is stable right now for you, and that's all we work for. Ultimately, people said they're all success, when you're in high school, who's going to be the most successful and who's going to have the best career? If you don't know by now that don't mean crap, you got a lot to learn. This is happiness. Having someone, or having, it could be one person, I know not everybody has children or grandchildren and all that. Having someone else in your life, it could just be you and the dog or you and the cat. That is happiness. That's just wonderful. Now, I don't know, this isn't pertaining to everybody, but if you've recently found out you have some kind of a health issue, I don't think it's anything that's bad, like, cancer or anything like that. But if you've recently found out that you've had a health issue, maybe you might need to research your family tree, talk to some relatives, because most likely it's hereditary. Okay? But anyway, solid foundation, happiness. Just, man, enjoy this energy. It's just truly amazing. And, when you're here, you've done the work, and the universe is smiling on you, and the universe is so happy for you because, you really worked hard to get where you're at. So good job. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the right. So for those of you who picked this card, you got the Lovers. Now, everybody always gets excited with the Lovers in tarot. It's the love card. And a lot of times it is, but it doesn't have to be, okay? It is Gemini energy. So, from Zodiac, Gemini is the twins. And a lot of times this card has to deal with utter, raw honesty, open communications, really being able to be yourself and to really make that conscious connection and having a meaningful relationship. And it doesn't necessarily need to be a romantic relationship. It could be a relationship with your parents or your children or grandchildren or a friend. But it's just a peaceful relationship. Somebody that you don't need to put up fronts with, which, once you start really getting into spirituality, you learn to let that go real quick if you're somebody that does that. Excuse me. But this is talking about soul connections. In soul connections, it's more about just the lover soulmate. We have soul families. We are all souls having a human experience. And we're connected to so many people that are part of that soul family, and that this is what this card is about, is connecting with people in that way. Like I said, that raw honesty, can also mean, like I said, it doesn't always have to deal with love and, soulmates and all that. It can also talk about you and the relationship you have with yourself. Maybe you are finally getting clear on what your values and what your beliefs are. And maybe you're finally being honest with yourself about that, about what you think, what you believe. So whether the relationship is romantic or familial or friendship or what have you, in life, it's all about choices. And you really have, in any circumstance, you may have a lot of options, or we can call them choices. But there's really only two choices, the right choice and the wrong choice. And the right choice is always going to be from the heart space and for your highest good and the highest good of those that it affects. So what I would say for you this week is really feel those connections with the people who are really close to you. Be open with them. Be honest. Really feel that soul connection. and feel that soul connection with yourself. Be honest. You know, if you have shadow work to do, maybe do a little bit of shadow work. But again, choices. Choices coming from the heart, out of love. Because everything we do in life, and I know it's easier said than done, should be done out of love. And, you know, just because you're spiritual doesn't mean that everything is always love and light. You know, we are souls having a human experience. So we're supposed to feel, you know, anger and hate and things like that, and jealousy and sadness. But at the end of the day, the best one is love. And we should always be striving to have those real, honest, and open connections. Because if they're honest and open connections, they're connections based on love. So make sure that you're really being, again, love. I just can't say that enough. Those connections, if you are open and honest, those connections are pure love. If you're not open and you don't have that raw honesty with those around you, then it's not pure love. Okay? All right, so with that being said, we are going to get into our distance Reiki healing. So I'm going to pause this while I get the Tibetan bowl. Okay. Oh, I got the big guy out today. This is the D and the G. I think I don't know. I can never remember sharp. The number sign's either sharp or flat. All right. Anyway, with that being said, go ahead and please just silence them cell phones for 2 minutes. Give yourself 2 minutes today. All right. So put it on silent. Kick back. Uncross your feet. Get totally relaxed. Close your eyes. Start breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. If any thoughts come into your head, just take a deep breath and exhale them right out of your head. Deal with them when this is over. Allow the Reiki healing to do what it needs to do for you. All right? All right. Go ahead, start wiggling those fingers and toes. Excuse me. opening those eyes slowly and coming back to the real world. And I want to thank you this morning for joining me. Don't forget our Friday morning, we will do our oracle reading for the weekend. Also, please remember to subscribe. You can turn off the notification, give the video a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Facebook. There's lots of information there, funny memes. We talk about all kinds of holistic things there, and that's Your Natural Healer. And if you're interested in some type of distance Reiki or a personal reading or numerology or anything like that, check out my website, yournaturalhealer.com. There's lots of things there, lots of great prices, something for everybody. But if you feel like you really need something, please go on there under the services tab, lots of things. So with that being said, again, thank you so much for being with me this morning. Have a wonderful week, and that is it for today. So go live your best lives, but do it the natural way. Namaste, my friends.